नमस्ते, मैं हूँ राहुल और आप देख रहे हैं मेरा रुख। दोस्तों आज की वीडियो थोड़ी अलग है। आज हम इस वीडियो के अंदर एक रिएक्शन वीडियो करेंगे। यूजुअली मैं रिएक्शन वीडियो करता नहीं हूँ क्योंकि मेरी उसमें एक्सपर्टीज़ नहीं है, पर जब ये वीडियो मेरे सामने आया तो मैं अपने आप को अपना रिएक्शन देने से रोक नहीं पाया। ये वीडियो है वरिष्ठ पत्रकार राजदीप सरदेसाई जी की। वो भारत के पूर्व चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर एन गोपालस्वामी का इंटरव्यू कर रहे थे कुछ दिनों पहले। वो इस संदर्भ में उनसे बात कर रहे थे कि इलेक्शन कमीशन ने 11 दिनों बाद वोटिंग का डेटा वेबसाइट पे अपलोड किया। उन्होंने इस रिगार्डिंग उनसे इंटरव्यू किया। अब इस इंटरव्यू के अंदर राजीव सरदेसाई जी जो हैं वो अपने ही सवाल उनसे कई बार दोहरा रहे थे और उनसे ये उगलवाना चाहते थे या उनसे ये बुलवाना चाहते थे कि इलेक्शन कमीशन ने 11 दिनों बाद डेटा को पब्लिश किया। आइए उस वीडियो की तरफ चलते हैं और फिर इसके ऊपर अपना रिएक्शन मैं दूंगा।
Let's go straight across to N. Gopal Swami, former Chief Election Commissioner of the country. Appreciate your joining us, Mr. Gopal Swami. I want to raise the question that many in the opposition are raising, and a few others also are questioning the manner in which the Election Commission released the voter turnout figures for the first two phases of the Lok Sabha election, the final figures, on April 30th. That's yesterday. It took 11 days after the first phase of polling, 4 days after the second phase of polling for these data numbers to be released. Are you surprised, sir, by this delay? 11 days after polling?
यहाँ पर ये इनसे पूछ रहे हैं कि 11 दिन बाद उन्होंने इलेक्शन कमीशन ने डेटा को अपलोड किया। क्या आप सरप्राइज हैं उससे?
It is this 11 days and 4 days is your imagination.
No, sir.
They have come out. The information is available on the very second day after. That is today. Date of poll is P1, P2. It is available in their website. Everybody can see it. If you don't care to see it, it's all right. So for such people like you who don't care to see it, they are publishing and they are getting a bad name. So I thought of suggesting to them, saying that stop this. Don't try to be helpful to them. Stop this nonsense.
Sir,
एब्सोल्युटली यहाँ पर ये यही कह रहे हैं कि इलेक्शन का जो डेटा था वो समय पर अवेलेबल था और अगर आपने वहाँ पे जाके देखा नहीं तो ही डोंट केयर। आगे सुनते हैं। अब देखिएगा यही सवाल वो बार-बार उनसे पूछते हैं।
I have spoken to every report.
Let me make one thing very clear. Every polling station, at the end of the day, the Form 17C is filled in where the voter turnout figure is incorporated. Copies are signed by the polling agents. Copies are given to them. All of them have it with them. Next day, so that day, by the night, approximate figures are put out. But next day, when all these 17C forms go to the returning officer, he takes one by one, keeps on updating the website of the Election Commission. When he completes it, all the information is available there, if you care to see. So to say that it has taken 10 days, is, it's out of ignorance. That's all I can say.
Sir, with due regard, I have spoken to all the reporters who track the EC on a daily basis. They say the official data, I repeat, official final data of polling of the first and second round was only put up at 7 p.m. yesterday. And it showed a 6% rise. That can happen. Figures can rise. But it took 11 days for the official data to finally be put up by the EC on their website.
ये देखिए, ये उन्होंने फिर से वही सवाल उनसे दोबारा किया।
11 days?
No, that is, you see, official data. Sorry, sir. Official data is available on the website on the third day.
No, sir.
That is the official data. This is just a compilation and then putting it out on a particular day. That's about all. That doesn't have any, see, it doesn't change a wee bit. It's the same thing. But if you don't have a time to look at that, they are trying to be helpful to you to put it out in a manner which you can look at in the newspapers or as a handout to the press. But it is already available. not only it is available in the website, each candidate knows which polling station polled how many, because he has got the agents. Agents get a copy of what is Form 17C copies. Therefore, when they go on the day of counting, they can have that copy and then say that this is what is recorded. If it is recorded differently, it is totally wrong. So, Election Commission tries to be friendly, giving all information in the interest of transparency. But if they do something which is more than what is asked for, and you find fault with it, is unfortunate.
Sir, I am not.
राइट। यहाँ पर इन्होंने दूसरी बार पूरी प्रोसेस बताई, समझाई कि वो कैसे होती है। पूरा जो एजेंट वहाँ बैठे होते हैं उन्हें साइन करके दिया जाता है। अगर उसमें कोई डिस्क्रिमिनेशन रही तो वो बाद में क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं। पर अब आप देखिएगा फिर से राजदीप यही क्वेश्चन, यही बात उनसे फिर से पूछेंगे।
Not finding fault, Mr. Gopalsamy. I am reflecting a growing concern. The official data, I repeat, sir, was made available publicly on their website only after 11 days. You're saying it was there right through the website. They were updating it on the website. The polling figures were constantly being revised. The final revision, sir, though, took place 11 days later. Normally, this is done within 2 days, 3 days.
No. Sorry, sir. Sorry. It is available on the website on the third day. After that, there is no change at all. You see, look, the procedure is something like this. There is a software package is available with the polling, every polling station. They keep updating it. That figure is only an approximate figure, because at a given point of time, at 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, all 1,500 in a assembly parliamentary constituency may or may not be able to upload it. So it is an approximate figure. By end of the evening, whatever figure is available, that is come out, that the RO of that area or the CEO comes out with it as an approximation. They make it very clear. In fact, in Chennai, they said 72 plus or minus 2. But conveniently, everybody forgot that plus or minus 2 and published at 72. And when the actual figure came at 69 point something, they all said, no, look, it is being, fuddled. No, that's nothing of that kind at all. From the next day onwards, all the information which is come in Form 17A, one by one, it is opened. It is then recorded, and it is shown to the members of the candidates, their representatives, etc., and then uploaded in the website of the Election Commission. That website of the Election Commission then by end of the day is complete, and that is the information.
Mr.
यहाँ पर इन्होंने तीसरी बार राजदीप जी को पूरी डिटेल बताई और फिर से बताया, समझाया कि ये कैसा होता है और क्या हुआ। अब देखिए फिर से राजदीप उनसे यही पूछेंगे।
What has been published yesterday, 34, is only an information of that repeated again second time. That's about all. Now I am after your query, after your comment that 10 days of delay, this and another, I am advising them, please don't do this. Don't try to be helpful to them. Just ask them to go into the website and have a look at it.
Mr. Gopalsamy, we can agree to disagree on this issue, but may I also ask you another of the queries that the opposition is raising? Why are the absolute number of voters in each parliamentary constituency also not being put out on the website as was the case in the past? Percentages, they say, are meaningless unless the actual numerical figure of voters per constituency is known.
That you can ask them. The figures are known, and they will be putting it out. If they are not putting it out, ask them. But the information is available on the third day. But do you agree? Day of poll is 3, 1, 2.
But do you agree that the absolute numbers per constituency should also be put out, not just the percentages, sir, as used to be the case in the past?
No, absolute numbers are available in the website. So if they are not putting it out, it doesn't really matter because it is already there.
Right.
No, sir.
They have come out.
Of voters per constituency is known.
that you can ask them. The figures are known, and they will be putting it out. If they are not putting it out, ask them. But the information is available on the third day.
But do you
Day
agree?
of poll is 3, 1, 2.
But do you agree that the absolute numbers per constituency should also be put out, not just the percentages, sir, as used to be the case in the past?
No, absolute numbers are available in the website. So if they are not putting it out, it doesn't really matter because it is already there.
Okay. So the opposition, on the other hand, doesn't seem convinced about the neutrality and bona fides of the Election Commission at the moment.
अब देखिए यहाँ ये उन्हें कोई और दूसरा क्वेश्चन पूछने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं.
What would you say to the opposition, which seems to find fault repeatedly in the way the Election Commission is functioning?
Now, let me answer this in a simple manner. I am not here to answer the opposition questions. Okay? You only asked me about this information. I have given you that information that it is available in the website. This is the procedure, and it's already available. They put it out on 30th, consolidated figures. They put it out a second time so that you can have a look at it. Now it is given to me. If they take my advice, they need not take my advice at all. But if open to my advice, I'll tell them, please don't put up this additional information. Whatever is available, just simply say that this is the link. You can go to our website and have a look at it.
Mr. Gopalsamy, I will ask again, are you completely confident that the Election Commission is not being influenced at any level by the government of the day in any manner? Just, for example, if I may say so, for hate speech, when alleged hate speech charges are made against top leaders from the Prime Minister onwards, the Election Commission does not send a notice to the Prime Minister, to the President of the BJP. Then a notice in the case of Rahul Gandhi is also not sent to Rahul Gandhi, but to the Congress President for some equivalence. Are you confident the Election Commission cannot be bullied by anyone?
यहाँ पर इनका आंसर सुनिएगा.
Rajdeep Sardesai, let me answer this question one simple. You wanted me to talk. Your people contacted me. You wanted me to talk about the issue of the publication of information. I have answered it. Beyond that, I have nothing to say.
Do you believe, though, sir, that the Election Commission should be much tougher, make sure that the campaign does not...
Right. तो यहाँ पर उन्होंने स्पेसिफिकली कहा कि आपने मुझे इलेक्शन कमीशन की तरफ से जो डेटा अपलोड किया गया उसमें देरी हुई है, वो आपने मुझसे बात करने के लिए मुझे बुलाया था और मैंने उसको आंसर कर दिया है. उसके अलावा मैं और कोई आंसर नहीं करूंगा.
violate any aspect of the Representation of People's Act, particularly when it comes to appeals on the ground of religion, posters being put up, whether it's of a Ram Mandir or indeed of any community, any appeal to any religious community or demonizing a community must be stopped?
Rajdeep, you said you started by saying that they are, what is it? I mean, you mentioned about whether they are absolutely neutral, etc., as felt by the opposition. Okay. Now, it is for each of the opposition members to decide. I cannot influence them. I cannot tell them this is right, this is wrong. Nor can I tell Rajdeep Sardesai whether, there is nothing wrong with it. I mean, at least the information which has been put up has been correctly put up. There is nothing wrong with it. But Rajdeep Sardesai may take it, may not take it. It's your choice. I can only say what is the procedure, what has been done, and nothing wrong with that.
Does it worry?
Right. So यहाँ पर आपने देखा कि राजदीप जी ने उनसे एक ही सवाल को बार बार पूछा और एन गोपाल स्वामी जी ने उसे बड़े ही अच्छे तरीके से और बहुत ही डिटेल प्रोसेस में बताया कि एक्चुअल हुआ क्या. पर राजीव सरदेसाई जो हैं वो उसे मानने को और समझने को तैयार ही नहीं थे. ये ऐसा पहली बार नहीं हुआ है कि राजीव सरदेसाई जी को किसी उनके गेस्ट के थ्रू डांट लगी हो. इसके पहले आपको अगर याद हो तो इसकी एक बहुत लंबी लिस्ट है जिसके अंदर मुकेश अंबानी, सुनील गावस्कर, संबित पात्रा, सानिया मिर्जा, राज ठाकरे, अरुण जेटली, अनुपम खेर, स्मृति ईरानी, शहजाद पूनावाला, देवेंद्र फडणवीस, पूर्व राष्ट्रपति प्रणब मुखर्जी जी, अमिताभ बच्चन, नरेंद्र मोदी जी, सभी से उनको कई बार अलग अलग मौकों पर डांट पड़ चुकी है. आपको अगर इसके पहले याद हो तो मध्य प्रदेश के मंदसौर शहर में किसानों के ऊपर गोलियां चली थी। कुछ एक प्रदर्शन हो रहे थे, उस प्रदर्शन में गोलियां चली थी, तो वो गोलियां कुछ किसानों को भी जाके लगी थी। और उन गोलियों के लगने के बाद में काफ़ी कुछ हिंसक प्रदर्शन भी हुए थे और मध्य प्रदेश सरकार ने जिन किसानों की उसमें मृत्यु हुई थी, उन्हें 1 करोड़ रुपए अनाउंस भी किए थे और वो दिए भी थे। वो उसके कुछ दिनों बाद राजीव सरदेसाई जी जो हैं, वो उस एरिया में जाते हैं जिस किसान के घर में उनके बेटे की मृत्यु हुई थी, उनसे वो बात करने की कोशिश करते हैं और ये पूछते हैं कि क्या आपको पैसा मिला, 1 करोड़ रुपए मिले या फिर और सरकार की तरफ से कुछ सहायता मिली? तो वो जो जिनके घर में मृत्यु होती है, वो कहते हैं कि नहीं मिला, पर जो आस-पास के लोग रहते हैं उन्हें, वो सच्चाई सामने लेके आते हैं कि हाँ, सरकार ने 1-1 करोड़ रुपए दिए इनको। उसके बाद में जो हंगामा होता है, वहाँ से फिर उनको भागना पड़ता है। किसान आंदोलन के समय भी हम लोगों ने देखा कि राजीव सरदेसाई जी ने की तरफ से कुछ न कुछ एक गलत न्यूज़ चली थी। फिर उसके बाद में जब नरेंद्र मोदी जो हैं, वो यूएस विज़िट पर गए थे, वहाँ पर भी हम लोगों ने देखा कि राजीव सरदेसाई जी वहाँ से न्यूज़ को कवर कर रहे थे और ये बताने की कोशिश कर रहे थे कि पीएम मोदी जो है, वो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस नहीं करते या वहाँ से कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं लेते। पर साथ ही उनके आस-पास का जो क्षेत्र था, वहाँ पर उनका बहुत बड़ा स्वागत हो रहा था और वहाँ पर फिर उन्हें कुछ न कुछ अप्रिय घटना का वहाँ पे सामना करना पड़ा। तो ये था इस रिएक्शन वीडियो के अंदर राजीव सरदेसाई जी से रिलेटेड जो और एन गोपाल स्वामी जी का जो इंटरव्यू था उससे रिलेटेड एक छोटा-सा रिएक्शन। उम्मीद है आपको ये पसंद आया होगा। आई एम नॉट श्योर ये कितना परफेक्ट रहा होगा क्योंकि मेरा इसमें एक्सपर्टीज़ नहीं है। पर मैंने कोशिश करी और सोचा कि ये मैं आपके साथ में एक शेयर करूँ। मिलते हैं आपसे एक अगले वीडियो में और किसी नए टॉपिक के साथ में। तब तक के लिए अपना और अपने अपनों का ख्याल रखिए। धन्यवाद।